Greetings, YouTube! Joe here with Cullination Media, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is episode number 52. In this episode, we're going to be entering the Shadow Temple, but the first thing that we need to do is get the last two heart pieces of the game. First one is here in the graveyard. As a child, there we go. All you have to do is get Dampe, the Gravekeeper, to dig in the soft spots around the graveyard in the dirt there, and eventually, it is completely random, but eventually you will get a heart piece. It may take quite a few tries. You might end up being there for a while, but just let him walk around, and eventually you will find a heart piece. Okay, so we're going to get the last heart piece of the game before we enter the Shadow Temple, and what we need to do first is play the Serenade of Water to warp us to Lake Hylia. After which, we're going to head on over to the fishing pond, because while we got the heart piece as an adult, well, not heart piece, it was actually a golden scale, we got the prize as an adult, we haven't gotten it as a child yet, so we need to do that. So the same rules pretty much apply. You're going to want to go to the exact same spot, because regardless of whether you're an adult or a child, the biggest fish that's going to be in the pond is always going to appear in the same spot. And that isn't it. I'm not quite there yet. One thing to keep in mind is that you can scare the fish. So if you run into the water, you're just very recklessly chasing these fish, you can scare the bigger fish into the deeper water. And that makes it not only harder for it to be found and caught, it also makes it easier for the other fish that are in the pond to grab a hold of your line and just make it very annoying to catch a bigger one. So I think I caught the biggest one on my first try here, so that part is good. Remember, as a child, it only needs to be 10 pounds, not 18 or 20 pounds like it does for adult Link, so do not be discouraged if it's only 9 or 10 pounds. That should be heavy enough. Most of the time, I think it's 10 pounds, though. And there we go. That wasn't that big of a battle like it was as an adult. But then again, it's only a 10-pound fish. This is a real lunker. Let's see, it weighs 10 pounds. And of course, we want to keep it. And that's all we need to do here. We're going to head on over to the front desk. And we'll have him weigh it. And he should give us a heart piece as our prize. And it's very significant because it is the last heart piece of the game. The last two heart containers that we have that are empty will come from the bosses of the Shadow and Spirit Temple respectively. And that will be all of the possible heart containers in the entire game. So if you followed along this far, congratulations on obtaining all of the heart pieces in the Ocarina of Time. One more thing that I want to show you that I kind of forgot about myself, and I went the wrong way, is in the Lost Woods, when you enter, go to the right, not the left. The left has the Skull Kid. I forgot what this was for, this little target here. I know I mentioned it a couple of times, and I was like, what is that? And now I remembered. All you need to do is pull out your slingshot and shoot it directly in the middle as if it were like a bullseye or a target, and if you hit it in the direct center 3 times and get 100 points, this little scrub will come out. Cool, you're great! You scored 3 perfect bullseyes. I have to give a neat present to such a wonderful person. Please take it. It's a little late in the game for us to be getting this, but I wanted to show you where to get it. Just because. It's pretty cool. You get a Dooku Seeds bullet bag. This is a bigger bag and can now hold up to 40 seeds instead of the usual 30. Okay, now that we are an adult yet again, we're going to pull out our ocarina and play the Nocturne of Shadow, because unlike the other temples, the only way to get to the Shadow Temple is by playing the Nocturne of Shadow, and I keep playing the wrong song here. What are the notes to it? I think... No. Crap! What is it? I should have written it down. It's been a while. There we go. Oh, that was painful. It's really not that difficult of a song. I just apparently suck at remembering this one. But anyway, as I was saying, I was completely losing my train of thought, trying to remember the song and talk at the same time. Just wasn't working out. Anyway, like I said, when you play this song, this will take you to a special area of the graveyard that is inaccessible by any other means. So you have to have the song, you have to play the song, otherwise you won't get into the temple. In this room right here, which is the, I guess, the last line of defense for the entrance to the Shadow Temple, stand on the pillar and pull out Din's Fire, which will light all of the torches in the surrounding room all at once, and the door in front of you will open, and so begins the Shadow Temple, which is awesome. This is one of my favorite temples. It's a very short temple, and it's like probably the most linear temple ever. You don't really ever have to do any backtracking or anything like that, not even for small keys. So I think it's pretty cool. You are going to need the Lens of Truth for a majority of this temple, because there's fake walls and fake everything, invisible everything, all over the place in this temple, and that's pretty much the main theme, other than it being, you know, The Walking Dead and all that stuff. Okay, so in this room here, we're obviously going to be trying to go over to the right there, but we can't go right now. This statue says that we should point its beak towards the only real skull, and that the alternative is descent into darkness. So you need to make sure that you push this statue towards the only skull that is real, and with the Lens of Truth, it's the only one that doesn't disappear when it's not within the lens range. So just point it towards the correct area, and that door will open over there. Unfortunately, we can't make that jump, so it's kind of weird because we're not really sure how we're supposed to get over there. We actually need the dungeon item for this game to go that way, and we can't do that yet, so the only way we can go is through this secret wall over here and then go through the door. There's yet another secret wall there, and we're going to want to stay along the right hand side, because there will be another fake room over here. Or I guess not fake room, but the rooms are real, the walls aren't. Once we go in here, there is a re-dead. So first thing you want to do is, before the re-dead is awakened, is to pull out your long shot and kill off the keys first, because if you get close to the re-dead and start trying to kill it, and then you have the keys attacking you, that can just be very annoying, and then the re-dead can end up hitting you and whatnot. Anyway, all you need to do is kill the keys and then perform a jump slash on the re-dead, and that'll knock it out in one hit. And inside the chest, we find the dungeon map. This is actually where I'm going to stop here. I know it's a really short episode. The next one should be longer, but I think it's just a good idea to cut it off here before we get too far into this and it ends up being too long of a video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, folks, and please stay tuned for episode number 53.